Hello, beautiful people out there in YouTube land. What's going on with you today? How you guys doing? How you feeling? Hope you're having a good day. Today we are going to get into another video about divergence, but this time we're going to take it not just like one step further, we're going to take it like 5 steps further. And on top of that, I'm going to show you an interesting indicator that you may or may not be aware of that I just learned about. And you're really going to like it. So let's get into it. Quote of the day is, keep it simple. When you get too complex, you forget the obvious. Isn't that the truth? Very relevant to trading, I would say. And here we are, we're over here on the Bitcoin chart real quick, just seeing what's going on at the moment on the 10-minute. Looks like had a little pullback to the upside, starting to roll over the top perhaps. Money flow not looking too bad, not quite as high as the previous little hump right there. And we're definitely going to be talking about some more about the money flow in a moment, as well as other things. You know, Polkadot was really just zooming. I mean, look, step out to the hour chart. Good gosh, look at that. And just from the bottom of this guy, nice little 12.5 right there. Now, interestingly, you know, since we're talking about divergences, I will point something out here real quick. And there's also a trap that you got to watch out for. So now obviously the price here is going up even through what I would kind of call maybe like at least 3 peaks right here, but man, we came in and set 2 more after that. Now on the momentum waves right here, you got your first peak. Definitely have bearish divergence right here between these two, between those two. Fairly straightforward, I would say, right? And then we start coming back to the upside here between these two right here, so no divergence. But then start having bearish divergence again over here. And I was talking about this in a previous video. I think it was that little short video, and I'll recap it. It's something you want to watch. You know, when money flow is just pumping like that, when there's a whole bunch of people jumping on the train, you want to watch, because those divergences, those divergences don't play out very much at all. I mean, if anything, it's just taking a break for a minute, taking a pause, do a little consolidation. And even though your momentum wave is coming down a little ways, you're really not getting very much. So again, just to reiterate, you know, the money flow will steamroll over anything. All right, so now that we said that, got that little bit of business out the way, I'm going to show you something something new, something fancy, something slick. Look at that. You might be wondering, what the fuck is that? What the fuck are you trying to show me right now? Well, I am showing you an indicator that labels divergences for you. Now, it won't do it down here on Market Cipher B. I kind of got something in the works for that one a little bit. I've been playing around with the Pine script, and I really want to try to see if I can get it to draw divergences down here on Market Cipher B. I am definitely not at that point yet, but I've been playing with the Pine script. Matter of fact, this is one that I bummed off of somebody that I've just been playing around with, getting the hang of. Like, I do have some background in computer programming, so the programming side and the logic and all that, super easy, really. Pine script is not that complicated. But just getting to know, you know, all of the different variables and arrays and, you know, the syntax and all that good stuff just takes a little bit of time. But if you too are interested in Pine script, if you go to this codify.net, all TradingView Pine script tutorials, best place I've found to start. Certainly a lot there. It's like taking a whole nother, you know, programming course or reading a whole nother programming book. I'm hoping to find, you know, just using this as a reference, I want to find something that kind of gives examples that you can kind of go through and just do like some little, I don't know, quick programs, quick I don't know, indicators and such, just to you know, get a little better and actually like make some stuff happen. So that's in the works. Eventually I'm going to start getting into some Pine script videos showing you guys like what I've been learning and how to do it. Going to be awesome. Absolutely awesome. But, you know, looking over here at what we have, you'll notice we have, you know, these big red tags and these big green tags. Now, these green lines below are bullish divergences. These red lines above are bearish divergences. And in the case of some of these, this chart's a little wackier than some of the other ones, but you know, this is a line here. This is a separate line. This is another separate line. Just so happens that it's getting them from like peak to peak. And there's a whole bunch of options, but the best part is you can in fact get it to look at Market Cipher. And super shout out to dude from the Market Cipher Discord. Matter of fact, let me look up your name because you deserve a shout out for this one. I was browsing back through the Discord and I saw, you know, there's a whole whatchamacallit, like a whole, I don't know, a thread or a page specifically for Pine script, largely related to Market Cipher. And these dudes are definitely leagues above where I'm at right now, but I mean, they're starting to get into, you know, neural network, machine learning, and all this stuff. So I've done a little bit of machine learning, but definitely not on any kind of granular level. I think I said that wrong. But Nature, I'm guessing this dude's name here, Natur. So shout out to you, bro, if you ever happen to see this. I appreciate you confirming my little guess there, and for, you know, throwing this up there in the chat, because I went back, looking back in time and was trying to find just interesting stuff that people were running with, and found this guy. So for you guys, it is called Divergence for Many Indicators. Specifically, this one is version I said that version 4. My bad. If you come over here to the indicators, metrics, and strategies, it's going to be in community scripts, and you just type divergence, and you can see we've got 3, 4. It's by this lonesome, the whatever the hell guy, because it got cut off. 2, and then I haven't tried this one yet, this histogram for many indicator. I'll probably throw that up. How many do I got open? Let's see, I could probably throw it up now. So, here we go. So I honestly don't even know what I'm looking at here. Might have to play around with that one. I don't even know what the hell it's trying to tell me. But anyway, so back to this guy here. Now you'll notice on these tags that it has like a number of different items depending on each one. Oftentimes different, sometimes similar, sometimes the same. And these are, it is using a bunch of different standard indicators to look for divergence. So, and you can turn, you know, whatever you want on and off. You got your MACD histogram, RSI, stochastic, CCI, momentum, not Market Cipher momentum, just heads up. OBV, volume weighted MACD, chalk and money flow index. And then you have this check external indicator. You're going to want to turn that one on, and you see this external indicator with a drop down. Boom, there you go. You've got a whole bunch of, you got Market Cipher A options, which for doing divergence, you're not really going to use at all. You're going to be down here in the Market Cipher B, and you can, right now I've got it set up on the blue wave. So the dark blue momentum wave down here. You can set it up on the VWAP, the money flow. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open 2 of these, and you know, here, we're going to play around with something real quick that I've been wanting to do. We're going to turn off everything but the Market Cipher. And I want to see if it picks it up, because I know for sure when I was playing around on Bitcoin or Ethereum chart, man, it's not showing up with any. I was seeing seeing it pick up divergences. Let's see. Let's try a different one here. Nothing? No? Jump up. Nada. Jump down. I was getting it before. I wonder why it's not showing any now. Show divergence lines. Let's throw that on just in case. Oh, did it not grab it? There we go. There we go. All right. For whatever reason, I lost it. So, and it just says, you know, external. It's not going to say, you know, what part of MCB that you're getting it on. And so right now it's going to the body close. And what you can do, source for pivot points, high, low, we'll send it to like the top of the wicks basically, or the, you know, the top of the candle, whatever it might be. So what do you say? Let's run through and check it. Let's see what we got. I'm going to go up to like a 30-minute, just something a little bit more rounded off. All right. So it's saying we have bullish divergence right here. Yep. Price got a new low. Momentum wave got a new high. That's a good one. Come up here. A little bit of a funky one, saying we got bearish divergence right here. Technically, yeah, that's true. Let's see. So it's picking up. Picked it up a little bit early in this case, but from this peak, theoretically to this peak, but you know, if it's kind of grabbing that hump, see, all right, I think the reason that we're getting that one early is this don't wait for confirmation. Let's see. Yeah, see, okay, that got rid of that one. So as soon as it picked up, you know, if we were watching this on live time, it would have been coming up, started curving over, would have said, hey, this is lower than this, would have called that bearish divergence, but then we ended up continuing to the upside. So watch that option there. So here, bullish divergence between, what's it saying, this guy and this guy, huh? I don't know about that one. That one might be a little off. Let's see, between this and this. It's like a double bottom. So I suppose, I know in a lot of cases I've seen they're counting double bottoms as divergence, especially with such a big, you know, disparity. Did I say that right? Disparity. Oh, big difference between the price there. So let's see right here. From that low to that, not so much there. Although, did we have it there? No, not quite. All right, so that one ain't that great. Let's go. Seems like it has a little bit more trouble with the market cipher waves. So yeah, so technically that right there would have been bearish divergence. And you got to think though, you know, this isn't as smart as a person. It's going to be picking up numbers and it's looking for, you know, low points and dips and things like that. And then, you know, as the candles are coming, it's comparing to like the previous low within a certain amount of range. And so, you know, technically did have a wee little bump right there that you almost can't even see. And this is higher than this one. So technically by the rules of the indicator, it is correct. But it's not one that, you know, if we were sitting here looking at it, that I would really consider. Whereas this guy, I absolutely would have considered. So we had this with that. And as far as the price action went, it didn't amount to very much. But we did, you know, continue trending up. Technically, we put in a higher low right here from the previous. And we got our blood diamond and just dropped to the floor. We got here a little bearish divergence. Nope, that's not a very good one either. So it looks like it's struggling here. Let's just see another chart just to grab some more data. Same bullish divergence there. No, that's kind of iffy unless it's, oh, okay, it's counting this little guy right here. Technically, but a little preemptive on that one. Let's bump up. What do we got on the 6 hour? Yeah, definitely bearish divergence right there. Matter of fact, still technically in that condition, although we are very, very close to putting in a higher high on that momentum wave. So could invalidate that guy. You know, got a little bit of bullish divergence right there. So it's obviously it's not picking up everyone, but it is an interesting tool. And if you, this is the first time I've only had Market Cipher turned on for it, but let's try the VWAP. Let's see what it shows us for VWAP divergence here. Yeah, okay. Let's see, a little bit better on that one now. Yep, see VWAP coming up. You know, went into a nice little pump. Went into a nice uptrend. What do we got here? Bearish, definitely. Bullish, okay. It's sketchy, but it happened. Same bearish right here. Yep. This one, okay, so the VWAP does seem to be a little bit more agreeable. Same bearish here. I'm going to say, oh, sorry, bullish. Yeah, okay, yeah, it is. Brain fart. Yep, bullish right there. So, okay. The VWAP works out pretty decent. Now, obviously, it's not picking up every one of them. Not sure what the deal is there. I haven't played around with, you know, all of these symbols over, or these variables over here. Maximum to check, maximum bars to check. I don't think that one's going to be a problem. And real quick here, let's try the money flow. Let's see how it does with that. Since it's bigger waves, we might get some bigger divergences. So we're saying what, bearish between these two? Yeah, that's right. Saying bearish between between both of these sets. Where are we coming from right here? Yeah, technically that is true. Those are lower. It's kind of a funky one, but let's see. Yeah, no, bearish right there, even though price was technically higher. We got a bully right here. Yeah, not much of a hump in the money flow right there. But if you're literally just, you know, if you think about it, the candles coming down here and then we kind of V-shape back up. Blow that up for you. You know, we spike down and start coming back up and it checks to see, okay, what's the value of the money flow at that point? And then we have our next spike down and back up. Says, what's the value over on this point? Well, this is lower than that. So, you know, technically by definition, yes, it is divergent. It's just not one that you would ever really think of had you not seen it pointed out. We got some bully boys right here. This one's kind of jacked up because you can't really skip that low. It doesn't really work that way. If you're see, I wouldn't generally with the divergence. I'm not gonna take a low from this uptrend and compare it to a low from a different, you know, short little trend. So those ones are a little funky right there. You know, generally speaking, you want to be finding like two peaks right next to each other, typically, you know, among the same trend, or at least if you're trending up and then you start going sideways or something. And if you were to put in like a higher high right there, and you know, you're getting higher highs, and you come down here and say, okay, well, the money flow is getting lower highs on these little lobes right there, which, by the way, yeah, that's bearish divergence. Which brings me into the other part of this video that I wanted to get into, which is you don't necessarily only have to use the momentum waves to judge divergence. And this is not technically a good example because the price is lower, but let's say, let's see if we could find one here. I want to find a bearish. No, not quite. Nope, still higher. Here we go. So you've got these two guys right there. You know, these two peaks come over here to the money flow. And you got definitely a lower peak right there. So that is some bearish divergence on the money flow itself. And it's not just the money flow. And not just the momentum waves. Although technically we did have it on the momentum waves as well. But you can also do it with the RSI. Just like a normal RSI, if you were to bring up, let's see here. If you were to bring up a regular RSI or a stochastic RSI. Let's see, I bet we have one over here somewhere. You see how we get these, you know, these trends going with the RSI lines the same way we generally do with the Market Cipher RSIs. And let's see, where's that one at? Here we go. So higher highs on the price right there. Lower highs on the RSI. So even if you don't have Market Cipher, you can still look for divergences. So I'm just kind of giving that as an example. The same thing applies with the Market Cipher RSI. So let's see. This one didn't quite play out like that because we got, you know, going up right there. See if we can find one. It's usually best when you're in these little like sideways consolidation periods. Yeah, when Bitcoin's on our period. Let's see. Do we have one here? So I'm kind of going from that high that it's not drawing. Let's see. Kind of stretches past. That's still, I think, trending upward a tiny bit. But you get what I'm saying. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time going back trying to find one. I've definitely seen them. It is a little bit rarer just because the RSI tends to follow the price action so closely. There we go. There she is. So, you know, lower tops on the RSI, higher highs on the price, and you can see what happened after that. Big old dip. But that's not all. Just in case you thought we were done, no, there's one more that you can still do. And we kind of showed it a little bit ago, so I kind of ruined the surprise already. Sorry. But you got lower highs on the VWAP that you can't really see. And where are we at here? Higher highs on the price. Now, these ones, it's going to be hard to get one that's like a big move or signifying, you know, complete reversal into like a downtrend in the case of a bearish divergence. But the same way, you know, you should be watching these just to see an overall, you know, trending direction. You can also watch them for divergences. And even better if you are stacking divergences like that, like that. Let's see. Shit, technically even like that. So you really got, oh damn. So you actually got 4 divergences right in this area, pretty much on every single indicator that's on here. Now, not saying that means like, holy crap, it's going to add up to something gigantic. I mean, really, it just gave us like an hour-long, you know, dip to the downside. But it does kind of signify some weakening until, you know, finally we started pumping again as we kind of came up, started going sideways. Let's see here. Matter of fact, another one. Got one with the RSIs right there. Them RSI ones, you know, it's a little bit more rare. But just, you know, the last 2 we found were big moves. You know, big reversals. And the main point, you know, aside from just showing you guys like, you know, divergences and different types and, you know, how to find them, what to look for and all that, I feel like I should really get into mentioning the point of doing this, the point of trying to find divergences. You know, aside from being able to like show off to people and be like, I know how to do technical analysis. Like, look at my chart, bitch. I got a whole bunch of lines on there. You don't even know what them lines mean. Aside from all that, the point is to help you be more confident. You know, you want to be more confident in your entry position or more confident in your trade, or at least, if nothing else, you know, maybe, you know, more confident that, okay, you're getting into this little kind of flopping and groping action over here at the top of this peak. And if you were to start, you know, seeing divergences and stuff like that, then you can be more confident that it is going to turn rather than just continue. And again, I just also want to reiterate too, pay attention to the money flow in a situation like that, because like we showed earlier, you know, if your money flow's just stacking to the ceiling, having a little bit of divergence might not mean very much. It might only mean like a little guy. But that is about all for that. Jeez. That's kind of what we're talking about today. Let me know if you guys have any questions or any questions, comments, corrections. By all means, I'm not going to get butthurt. Tell me if I'm being an idiot. And if you appreciate this, you know, drop a like, drop a comment. You know, take that like button out to dinner, and then say you got to go to the bathroom, and then dip out right before the check comes. If you never watched Mr. Ballin's channel, oh man, like Ballen, dude does like scary, dark, paranormal stories, and awesome channel. Dude, freaking millions of views every video, but it's like addicting. It's one of them things where it's not necessarily always true crime. Some of it's kind of like scary stories. Other ones are kind of just interesting stuff. But on every single video, this dude does like the weirdest hit the like button, you know, shout out. And yeah, I've been watching so many of them lately, just like getting dressed in the morning and things like that. That's like got me being like, oh man, I'm gonna start saying stupid shit about the like button now just because I keep hearing it. But all right, love you all, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. And it's still kind of early. I got one more video. The next video is going to be about confidence. It's going to be another trading psychology video. I'm going to take a minute, I don't know, get my notes together a little bit. If I'm feeling confident, I might pop it out like right after this one tonight. Worst case scenario, it'll be tomorrow, but it's going to be a really good one. If you haven't watched either of the trading psychology videos, they're a little bit long because it's kind of a breakdown on whatchamacallit, kind of like conferences or speeches done by people, but there's a whole lot of good info in there. Like, I very much enjoyed, you know, watching these guys' presentations and taking notes and then having to, you know, rethink about it just to regurgitate it to you guys in a slightly more entertaining way, maybe. But this next one's going to be pretty much just all my own. I'm not grabbing it from anybody. So hopefully it turns out good. I think it will. It's definitely, I think, very important for almost everybody I talk to in trading. The biggest thing is it's not so much confidence in yourself. It's confidence in your trade, confidence in your strategy, you know, confidence in your entry position. So yeah, feels like a good thing to, you know, hop on and get to chatting about. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or insights on that topic, by all means, you know, drop that in the comments too. I'm always open to new perspectives, a fresh set of eyes, all that good stuff. So, all right, later, guys.